Tired on a 6-2 play. Ryan, the shortstop, getting it done. 20 hits, the highest in the season. It was the highest in the major leagues until an hour ago when San Diego put up 23 in their ball game today. Runner in scoring position numbers, the O's big time. Not so bad for Seattle. 27 combined men were left on base in the ball game. 3 runners, Fox, Hardy, Olivo, all were tagged out at the plate. The O's first extra inning win. Jim, we hung around for a long time when the moon was out full by the time we left, but it was a great ball game to watch.
Yeah, what, 4 hours and 8 minutes? I thought Adam Jones probably explained it best. They get 1, the Orioles got 2, and you know what's funny is again, that's the most hits in any particular game. So I told Jim Presley, the hitting instructor, he said, well, we did go 13, and then Matt Waiters, who ended up getting the game winner, said, well, if I'd known that, we could have played a few more innings and we could have gotten 30 hits. But Matt, you did a nice job. But, you know, again, you forget that actually, and maybe one of the themes tonight is starting pitching, that Pineda pitched very well for them, and also Jake Arrieta pitched very well. So that's kind of forgotten because the game went so long. But that game was about pitching, and the Orioles did a great job, again, getting clutch hits, which, again, they're hitting 147 over their last 7 games. They stepped it up last night.
And now the question tonight is, will the Orioles be able to keep those bats going against one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, as Hernandez will be making the start. Tillman will be on the mound for the Orioles. O's take the field here at Camden Yards, and we will be back. First pitch of Game 2. Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. It is another gorgeous evening, just blue skies all around. Little breeze, very little, blowing out towards center. Take a look at our train game time temperature, 71 degrees. Visit train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop at Train. Starting lineup tonight for the Mariners, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Ichiro, Figgins, and Smoke. Olivo, Cust, and Kennedy. Paguro, Ryan, and Saunders. Ichiro continues with the great average he's had lifetime against the Orioles.
And let's take a look at our scouting report tonight, brought to you by AFCIA. Visit AFCIA.org, the Association for IT Pros. Well, he started, when we talk about Chris Tillman, came over in 2008 in the Eric Goddard trade. So he's got some Mariner members. First time he's ever pitched against him. He's certainly the underdog because he's pitching against last year's Cy Young Award winner. And then, again, his bad starts, hasn't had much of a fastball early on, given up a lot of runs, and he's only had really 2 outstandingly poor And that was 6 runs in an inning, the third against the Yankees. And then the other day in Kansas City, 10 hits, 8 runs in 3 2/3 innings. So try to get off to a good start. Let's see what kind of velocity he has early in the game.
There are the numbers on the year. More than a hit per inning surrendered, along with 9 walks. So he's done a lot of work with people on base. The Orioles have gone 3-3 in the 6 starts that he has had. He is 1-3 on the year. And Ichiro will lead it off. Ichiro, a 3-game hit streak that was continued last night as he had a 2 for 6 in the ball game, and up there among the leaders in all sorts of categories, including 4th in hits in the American League, starting today's action. And Tillman's pitch will miss. We also want to send along best wishes to Joe West, umpire, the crew chief, who had to leave the ball game last night with the flu and is not back with the team. DJ Rayburn will be taking his place in the crew. Paul Schreiber's got the plate tonight. Chad Fairchild will be at first, Rayburn at second, and Angel Hernandez at third base. And looking for the outside corner, Tillman does not get it, and will fall behind on Ichiro. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, they don't run a lot on Chris Tillman, only 3 attempts, but Ichiro can do it. And there's a good changeup right there. Good arm action, and in a fastball count. Again, 331 lifetime batting average. Great finish and movement and location on that changeup.
Continues to hit in this ballpark. Ichiro now at 387 here in this yard. And he will foul that one away. Take a look at our league leaders, brought to you by Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. Action-packed table games, red hot slots await at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. Ichiro on top. You see the career hit leader since 2001. Down to third base, little slap shot. Andino's getting the start there and will get the out. Ichiro retired. Derek Jeter second on that list, career hits since 2001, the American League, and then Young, Rodriguez, Damon, and Konerko. Andino's at third base, making a first start there this year. He's been there. He was there 6 times, starting at third base last year for the Orioles, as Mark Reynolds gets the night off. Here is Sean Figgins, switch hitter. He had a 2 for 7 with an RBI in the ball game last night, and will take the pitch for a strike.
Yeah, so we've already seen 92, and that's a little bit. Again, he can crank it up to 93 or 94, just trying to get over the front side and get down the pitching rubber. Something. And again, we've been talking about it all year long. Mechanical. He's only 23, still trying to get a little more impetus, use his lower body, and therefore have a little more drive towards home plate.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Figgins, who's hitting at 220, and he will take the pitch away. Tillman making his first start and first appearance against the Seattle team. Well, none of these hitters have had much to do with him. Olivo, the only one, 1 for 2 with a home run. 2 ball, 1 strike count, and Figgins will foul that one back into the seats.
Well, Gary, what I look for, and I'm sure that Mark Connor, the pitching coach, along with Buck Showalter, the manager, is, and we've already seen it, is in fastball counts are they getting to his fastball? And the answer, and again, we're only 2 hitters in the game, is no. Now with Ichiro, he threw him a changeup. And there at 91. So, Chris Tillman, he's going to figure it out because he's got a good arm. It's just that his mechanics don't allow him probably at this point in his career to be as good as he will. But he has been working hard. He was very frustrated. They did not play well behind him in that first inning out in Kansas City. They got 4 runs, so he wants to get back out there.
2-2 delivery will be fouled back. First inning has been the worst for him. He has surrendered 9 first inning runs this year.
That's why we want him to start quickly.
Here in this ballpark, lifetime with the young career, 2-5. It's his 14th start here at Camden Yards. 2 wins, 5 losses. ERA 5.56. And again, another foul ball as Figgins battles here in the first inning with a 2-2 count. John Figgins has picked it up a bit in May, hitting 250 in the month of May with the overall average of 220. He had a very tough start,
as he did last year.
Yep. Month of April was not particularly kind, and he will pop that one up to third base. Andino, you can't hide in this game. First start at third, and he's got the put out and the assist.
Well, let's talk about our defense here tonight behind Chris Tillman. Well, we got Andino. He's already had part in 2 of them. But your outfield, Scott Jones, PA, and right, with Markakis not feeling well. Andino, Hardy, Roberts, and Derek Lee. And then Matt Wieters, game winner last night in the 13th. And there is Felix. Used to playing left field and center field.
So they'll help positioning him out there, and the ball at that different angle in right field. Pitch will be taken down low. Smoke at the plate with 2 down and nobody on. Justin Smoke in the long ball game at a 1 for 4. Picked up an RBI last night in the 13th inning affair. And it'll be foul back. Seattle's now played 2 consecutive extra inning ball games, and he is smoking hot. You see the numbers he's put up in the last 40 after the first 20 games. Not much there. Leads the team home runs and RBIs. Fouls that one straight back, 1 and 2.
Yeah, he was the #1 draft choice back in 2008 by the Rangers. So when they went out, the Rangers, and got Cliff Lee, he was one of the young players that came up to Seattle. So he didn't really get a lot of at-bats in Texas. But he's big, switch hitter, got great power.
1-2 delivery, and that will be taken up high. Smoke against the lefties, 333, 262 off right-handers. Tillman with a chance to get this thing finished if he can get Smoke out of there in a 1-2-3 inning. 2-2 delivery. And a grounder right off the end of the bat. Hit the side of the mound. That took as many hops as you can get a ball to take to get this short. Hardy there to make the play. Tillman with a good inning. 1-2-3. A look at the lineup for the O's coming up. Their first extra inning win, 1-3 in those. Take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Roberts, PA, and Lee. Guerrero, Scott, Jones, Wieters, Hardy, and Andino. Felix, PA, lifetime in the 9 games, 320 against the M's.
And our AFCA scouting report, well, royalty, they called him the king when he came up at a little bit over 19 years of age. Well, he a little more royalty. Cy Young, take it to the bank. You know, he's just money in the bank. He's so consistent. 67% of the balls put in play on the ground.
And a fly ball in the air by Brian Roberts, who's been doing a lot of that this year. It'll go to center. Saunders is there, and he's got it. Roberts is retired. 1 pitch and 1 out. Felix, PA, got into the ball game late, but did he ever have a role in it? Last night, ending up 2 for 3, and then a little Smoke discussion at first base on the tag that was made. He'd come through to tie the ball game up, and then would be at second base for Wieters, who would drive him home with the winning run in the 13th inning.
Well, the illness for Nick Markakis out with a virus kind of answers the dilemma for Buck Showalter, the Orioles skipper. Came in, pinch hit double in the 9th inning on Sunday against the Rays. Said, how am I going to get him in the lineup? Well, at least for the moment,
Got him in last night because it went extras. Came in for defense with a 1-run lead. The blown save, and then all of a sudden one of the hitting heroes.
0-1 count on PA, and Felix will take that one down the line. PA has not faced Felix Hernandez. 2 for 3, and RBI in the ball game last night. Hernandez with a 3.02 ERA. He's 4th in strikeouts in the league with 51. Only 15 walks surrendered in 56 2/3 innings. 0-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be fouled away.
So 5-3 against the Orioles, but 4-0 here. He's only 1-3. I mean, a very low ERA, 2.56 here. Up in Marinerland, up in Seattle, 1-3 with a 3.86 is Eric Wedge's manager, and Carl Willis, the pitching coach, look on. Kind of a low maintenance guy, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, looking for a big night too from both of these starters, because the bullpens were worked last night, obviously, in a 13-inning ball game. So both teams would like to go really deep here. That'll be down to first by PA and foul, and the count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. The Orioles getting out of the 4-game losing streak with a victory last night, now 1-3 on the current homestand. They are 15-19 on the year. For the Mariners, 16-20. They have a 3-game losing streak coming in. 1-2 delivery, and PA gets eaten up by that pitch down and in, and a strikeout for Hernandez.
Well, he's got a change up. 2-seamer at 92, 93, 4-seamer, upper 90s, and right here, slider. And it just, the bottom drops out. The illusion is it's going to stay in the zone, and then it dives at your back foot if you're left-handed, and if you're right-handed, and we'll probably see a couple to Derek Lee, it's going to kind of veer away from you.
Our pitch track sponsored by Papa John's. Order online at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. D. Lee talking today about his frustration and admitting, yeah, I'm probably pressing. 2 hits in his last 24 at bats, including an 0 for 4 in the ballgame last night. He's hitting only .226. Maybe even a little more disconcerting for him is that the RBIs have not been there. He's got 4 home runs, but only 9 RBIs on the season. And the Orioles, simply put, have got to get more production out of the middle of the lineup.
And even in the beginning, you know, Brian Roberts now 2 for 34, so he gets on. Markakis heating up. And there he is the last 10 games. Now he has hit some solo home runs, but the RBIs, at least multiple RBIs, hard to come by.
3-0 count. Hernandez's pitch is taken. It'll be a fastball in for a strike. Lee has gone 2 for 4 off the 25-year-old right-hander. He likes to work quickly. Right-handers hitting .241 off him. Left-handers .218. That'll go to short. Ryan is there. And each pitcher starts with a 1-2-3 first inning. 1 complete on this gorgeous night, and no score. Sauter, who is the 3-time winner in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. He'll be competing at Dover this weekend. In fact, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, NASCAR Nationwide Series, and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series all are going to be competing this weekend in Dover. And Johnny Sauter throwing out the first. He had a great 2010, best year in NASCAR, 14 top 5 finishes for him. Tillman ready to go. Olivo will lead it off. Olivo 1 for 4 with an RBI in the ball game last night. Both of these catchers went the distance in the game last night and are right back in it here tonight. Olivo will go after the first pitch, first base side, Lee over. And even he wasn't long enough to get into that first row. And Olivo's got a 1-strike count. It'll be Olivo, CUST, and Kennedy up for this Seattle team, which is struggling, trying to get some offense going. They've been a better road team than they have been at home. 8-11 at home, 8-9 on the road. Strike taken to Olivo.
And what a great curveball that is. And of course, the reason he's hitting fourth is because Eric Wedge does not want Justin Smoke to have to hit in that 4 spot. And again, the connotation of, oh, you got to hit fourth, you got to be a cleanup hitter. He said, we'll wait and see. But he's going to be one of those type of hitters.
Olivo, only 5 for 25, a 200 average so far in May. 1-2 delivery to him in a late cut that he just gets enough of. Almost took that one right out of Wieder's mitt.
Well, it's early, but we are seeing some of the hard work that Mark Connor and Rick Adair, the 2 pitching coaches, have done with Chris Tillman. He's throwing the ball a lot better than we've seen lately.
He jammed him that time, and of course it's going to go to Andino, and he'll make the catch. And our Maryland Lottery's double play contestant of the game, Colleen Knight from Glen Burnie. For every double play the Orioles turn during our ball game, Colleen, you're going to win $1,000 from the Maryland Lottery. See how you can turn double plays into cash. Enter to win for a chance at O's prizes. Go to mdlottery.com/double play.
Yeah, Seattle 13th in batting average, 12th in runs, and then 11th in on-base percentage. And again, they don't hit a lot of home runs. They're 13th in that category.
A real struggle to put runs across the plate for this ball club so far. In fact, 2 teams obviously coming into this series who've had the same problem. Here is CUST. He had a 2 for 5 in the game last night, the DH. He's 3rd in walks and 5th in strikeouts in the American League. Right where he would expect to be now and in the end of it. Somewhere with those kind of rankings. He does not have a home run. That's surprising. Does have 11 RBIs. 1-1 delivery to him, off-speed pitch, and that one is going to miss down low. The 2 DHs in this ball game with Vladdy and CUST. You see the comparison in numbers. Vladdy, big average. The on-base percentage. CUST has got it with a walk. Slugging goes to Vladdy. Swing and a miss on that one. Guerrero and RBIs tied for 7th. Only a couple ahead, though, and in the home run department 4-zip. So Guerrero a little bit the better of it. DHs especially in average.
Yeah, Jack's best year was back in 2008 when he was playing for the A's. Hit 33 home runs, 77 RBIs. Struck out 197 times that year, but walked 111. Pretty kind of covered all the bases that year.
Joe DiMaggio fixed the 56-game hit streak. How many times did he walk during the streak?
I don't know, but I don't think he ever struck out more. He never struck out more than he walked in a season.
Yeah, I don't think he struck out more than like 6 times.
Yeah, well, in one year I think he walked, struck out 36 times, and walked up in the 60s or 70s. I mean, he never ever was a strikeout type of guy.
It's just that's the extreme example, but that's how much the game has changed in that department. Those players in those days, a strikeout was an absolute no-no. Not anymore. So the walk puts a runner on here with 1 away. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy playing at second base. Delivered a home run. 2 RBI ball game for him. The 2-run homer that put Seattle on top early in the game. By the time it ended, most people had forgotten he'd had a home run. 4 hours and something after. 4 hours and 8 minutes.
Well, his manager didn't, because what did he tell us? He said, I said, when do you play? When I hit. Well, he had a 2-run home run. He's back in the lineup.
Wilson generally starts at second base, Jack Wilson, but not tonight with the bat going.
See, so again, what happens with Tillman is that he gets out of sorts and he ends up going left instead of down the rubber. And that's when he doesn't use his lower body, so his front shoulder can't go down to where he wants to go. And he just starts pulling balls off the plate.
Kennedy will get that one in the air to right field. PA. And he's got it. And there are 2 down. CUST will go back to first base. 2 away here in the second inning. That'll bring up Peguero. Carlos Peguero got his start after being called up day before yesterday and delivered his first major league hit, an infield single. Was picked up off Brandon McCarthy on April 21. Peguero now gets the start in left field with Bradley gone. And Milton Bradley, of course, designated for assignment. Be interesting to see if anybody bites one more time on Milton Bradley. 2 down. Peguero will take the pitch, and it is a strike.
Yeah, pretty big time power in the minor leagues, but also a lot of strikeouts. 31 home runs in A ball, 23 last year at AA, 172 strikeouts. A ball, 178 in AA.
One delivery.
Yeah,
you saw the numbers much different out of the stretch for Tillman than out of the windup. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Runner on at first base is CUST. Another lineup loaded with left-handed hitters. And again, another irony. They're not the ones who've done most of the damage against Tillman. The righties have. 269 for lefties, but 380 for right-handers off Tillman.
Yeah, those are the guys, and again, his windup has a lot to do with that.
Only 2 home runs, and he has not given up a home run in the last 3 games. That's the longest stretch of games he's ever gone professionally without giving up a homer. That was a home run cut, and the count goes to 2-2.
Well, there's got to be some deception. This is 89 in a fastball count. He slips a little bit on that landing foot.
Thank goodness that ball was not hit back up the middle that time, because Tillman was trying to regain his balance. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And buries that one. Great pitch. Wieters will make the play and the strikeout. First of the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. Guerrero will lead it off when we come back. Flooring free, 877-241 Luna. Hitting into double plays, Torrey Hunter's on top with 12. Russell Martin, Elvis Andrus, Michael Young, then D. Lee of the O's, and others who are tied at 6. Here is Vladimir Guerrero. He has touched up Hernandez for a .271 average and 3 home runs. And Vladdy will foul that one back. Designated hitter at a big night last night before coming out of the ball game. Went 3 for 4. 11th multi-hit game of the season now, and 727 of those in his career. Felix Hernandez with the 0-1 delivery. And that'll miss outside. The Orioles had the 20 hits in the ballgame, which was the most in the majors until this afternoon, when of all teams, the San Diego Padres, who have the lowest batting average and the fewest runs scored in all of Major League Baseball, got 23 hits and 13 runs in a game against Milwaukee. So that is now the Major League high in hits on the year. And there was a blown save in the game because Milwaukee actually led till the 8th inning. He got 8 runs.
And Ron Renicky wanted to be a manager.
Here's the 1-2 to Vladdy outside.
Yeah, he saw that pitch. You know, we talked about strikeouts. The one thing, if you look at Vladimir Guerrero's career, he has never, ever coming in about 7,600 at bats, never struck out 100 times in a year, and swings the bat the way he does.
And there's one off the plate. And the play will be made by Kennedy, and only Guerrero hits into those kinds of outs once in a while. Tomorrow, don't miss the season debut of T-Shirt Thursday. First 10,000 fans 15 and over will get the Vladdy Orioles T-shirt presented by Real Street Staffing. A new design to add to your Birdland wardrobe. Tickets 888-848-BIRD to go to Orioles.com.
Well, a couple of lefties, Jason Vargas for the Mariners, and then Zach Britton.
Look at that smile, huh?
Well, that was a great changeup, and it was almost like, excuse me, but I'm going to have to hit that.
That wasn't even a 9-iron.
No.
It was a wedge.
A 60-degree wedge. No, actually, 60-degree wedge you get in the air.
Scott.
Like a little chip and run.
2 for 4 with an RBI last night. 4 for 21 off Hernandez. That'll go towards first base. Nice play by Smoke. Hernandez plenty of time to get over there.
I'll take a look at the defense behind Felix Hernandez. Peguero out in left, Saunders and Suzuki, 10 straight Gold Gloves out in right field. Figgins, Ryan, Kennedy, Smoke. We already saw him with the great range, and then the veteran Miguel Olivo doing the catching for the M's.
2 down, nobody on, and that will bring up Jones. Adam had a very big night as he went 3 for 6 and had 3 RBIs in the ball game. Now is hit safely in 7 of the last 8 games. So he and Guerrero are having very good months of May right now, putting their numbers up. 371 in May for Adam Jones. And a 1-strike count on him. 2 down, nobody on. Jones 3 for 16 off Felix Hernandez. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him, and that's a base hit. And the Orioles have their first hit. Jones continues hot.
Yeah, and he does not hit the King very well. And right here, just again, I mean, this is what it's all about the last 10 days, getting good pitches to hit, not committing yourself early on to pitchers' pitches. And he is certainly aware of that, you know, knowing the home runs are going to come if you start hitting good pitches.
So Hernandez will go to the stretch to work against Wieters, who is 3 for 8 off him. It's the first hit of the ball game, and Wieters out in front of that one. Matt getting it done at the plate when the numbers are needed. Game-winning RBI in the 13th. He leads the Orioles with 4 game-winning RBIs this year and leads the majors with that runner in scoring position number of 600. He has just been phenomenal when given the chance to get those big RBIs. He now has 20 on the season. And he got a gapper right there. They were not playing him there. Got to cut that off, and Saunders does. He'll hold Wieters to a single, and more importantly, hold Jones at third base.
Well, just a little, looked like a changeup. It stays up. And as we told you, Hernandez has been on one of those rolls. He's won his last 3 starts, and when he struggled early, you know, he's a low ball pitcher. So when you elevate it, and of course Adams thinking maybe this ball's going to get in the gap, but it was kind of off the end of the bat in a sense. So Saunders with great range able to get to it, but he was very intent on trying to score.
So first and third with 2 down. This is where the Orioles have been outstanding, hitting .292 with runners in scoring position and 2 out. And J.J. Hardy returned to the lineup, and what a return it was 4 for 5. That equaled a career high in hits in a ball game. Got a home run, first at bat, first 4 hit games since '09. Now he stands in with runners at first and third. And the 0-1 is a chopper off the plate.
Yeah, the problem when you're trying to face a guy like Felix Hernandez, and again, I mean, won 19 games 2 years ago, had a good chance to win the Cy Young Award. 13 last year, but the ERA, strikeouts, 209 of his 249 innings, they didn't even get a run. He can go to another gear, and that's what he's going to do right here with 2 outs. That velocity can go up 3-4 miles per hour. He's got that kind of arm.
In the dirt, good stop made right there. He also has 4 wild pitches.
Well, that's why right there. I mean, how good a block was that by the veteran Miguel Olivo? If we were in Chicago, that ball would have been back to the screen. A.J. Przinsky just had one of those, really 2 games. He didn't play the 3rd game, but 2 out of 3 games where everything went to the backstop. Wild pitches, pass balls, etc. I mean,
1-2 delivery. He's going to miss inside with a fastball. 2-ball, 2-strike count. The lowest ERA since 2009 belongs to Felix Hernandez. Pretty interesting company right there with Halladay, Tim Lincecum, and Tommy Hanson.
Well, it really validates him because we know Safeco up in Seattle is a great pitcher's park, but it doesn't matter where he pitches.
And a good eye by Hardy on a hard pitch. And the count is full. The J.J. Hardy 3-ball, 2-strike count.
Yep. Yeah, a little maybe a cutter, slider. I don't think his changeup is at 90. He's got an awfully good changeup. That's what Guerrero hit earlier in the inning.
Wieters will be running at first base. Adam Jones off third. 3-2 delivery to Hardy, and he takes it, and bases all loaded.
Boy, what an eye. How he ever took that pitch is beyond me. I mean, this is a pitcher's pitch, a slider. Check it out. Nice little break right there. Paul Schreiber doesn't call it. Easily could have rung him up on it.
So a big chance for the Orioles now. The single by Jones at third. Wieters single at second. Hardy gets the walk at first. All of this coming after there were 2 out in the inning. And Robert Andino is getting the start at third base, batting ninth. Andino will take the slider away. He did the tremendous job filling in for Hardy at short. He's been on 17 of the last 18 games. That's how he's gotten on. With that on-base percentage at .439 in that streak.
Yeah, a lot of walks too. I mean, he's 9 walks in that run. The only thing he hasn't done is the runners in scoring position.
And a chopper down to third, and Figgins going to have to make the tough play, and does. And a nice pick by Smoke. Good defensive work right there will end the inning. No runs on a couple of hits. 3 are left on, and only this fine play, Figgins and Smoke, saves a run and ends the inning.
You couldn't ask for much better, huh? Do we have any? Maybe we need to send a few other guys out on rehab, huh? Including you and I. But he, you couldn't ask for much better. He came in, he had a good look in his eye. And I was kidding him. I said, "Geez, you come back here and you play 13 innings. You almost played the equivalent of 2 games." And I was talking to our AAA manager and one of our infield coordinators who was with him through the rehab, and I said, "That's nice job, guys. You got anybody else you can send up here? We'll see how tonight goes." With you had some people say, "Geez, why would you bring him back with Hernandez pitching?" Well, regardless, JJ makes us better. I think we kind of forgot a little bit what he brings defensively too. That real calmness there.
And the Orioles happy to have their starting shortstop back, even as well as the work of Andino was at short. Tillman goes back to work here. Ryan, a 5-game hit streak, standing in. Brendan Ryan will foul that one back. He had a 1 for 5 last night.
Yeah, I was surprised with J.J. Hardy, because you don't see him on an everyday basis of how good a shortstop he is. He reminds me of a slender Jim Fregosi. They run a little bit the same. Fregosi a little bit bigger player, maybe. Well, I can't say he had more power, but they both could get the job done and really enjoy playing the game.
Very smooth. Yep. Very smooth. That short, fluid.
And we saw last night when he had to go to his right, we saw a little bit extra with the arm too. And Wayne Kirby moving some guys over, and there's a hanging cutter. That's the pitch that Chris Tillman thinks he has to regain. I think he's just got to regain his windup and being able to get a little more on the fastball, and then you have something to cut the fastball with.
Luke Scott being moved a bit. The wind a little breezier now, blowing out towards left field. 1-2 delivery and hitting. Tillman will hit his first batter of the year, and the leadoff man is on in the 3rd inning.
See, his windup doesn't allow. Watch him spin left. So therefore, he's going left. The ball is going right. Now, again, if he got down the slope of the mound a little more, he could drive the ball in. But again, I mean, this is a result of, number one, you wind up not where you want it. And again, you're only 23. You don't pitch inside very much.
I'm sure that smile was for the fact to get hit where he was well padded.
Well, he's happy to be on. I mean, it hurt. But when you're down 0-2 and somebody hits you in the rear end,
take it.
Yep.
And Saunders shows bunt. How about that? Here's the center fielder who had a 2 for 6 in the ball game last night. A home run and 6 RBIs. We'll see if Saunders meant that or not. And Dino, you got to think they're going to try and test him at some point if it arises in the game. Saunders has 2 sacrifices in the year.
Well, he's just happy he got a couple of hits, but he was 0 for 26. I would think, normally in the American League in the 3rd inning, even though Felix is pitching, he would usually let him try to get a ball that he can hit by the first baseman.
Does not square around that time, and takes it up high, and Wieters immediately gets up and heads out to talk to Chris Tillman.
Well, he just gets out of his windup a little bit when he goes to the stretch and just starts spinning left, and all of a sudden velocity goes down, command goes down.
The only win came against the White Sox 2 starts ago. He's coming off that loss at Kansas City, where he was really out of sorts, giving up the 8 runs on 10 hits in 3 2/3 innings. At first base, Ryan. Here's the 2-0 delivery, and that's way up high, and the count goes to 3-0. He has walked 10 in 28 innings worked, including the 1 walk he has surrendered so far in this game. 3-0. Everybody's standing pat, and he missed. So he walks the number 9 hitter after hitting the number 8 hitter. The Orioles take on the Yankees for a 2-game series Wednesday and Thursday here at Camden Yards, May 18 and 19. Don't miss your chance to be here and cheer on the O's. Great East rivalry continues. Tickets in advance. Save money at 888-848-BURR to go to Orioles.com. Mark Connor, the pitching coach, to the mound.
Well, just trying to go back to what they've been working on in between. And, Mark, very honest, said, listen, and it's really no reflection on Chris because he's so young. Hard to fix a guy at this level, because you only get really 1 throwing session in between. You can try to tweak it with just doing a little bit of dry work, but at the end of the day, when the game starts, well, look at that right there. Well, when you get behind, the numbers go up, and they're not very pretty.
And you got to face Ichiro. He grounded out his first time up. He's number 10 in the league with runners in scoring position, hitting .382, and he bunts for the base hit and fouls it off. He's also the leader in that department, infield hits and singles.
I'm not really sure about this play. It'd be nice to get him over, I suppose, but you hit .338 lifetime with runners in scoring position. You're Ichiro, 10 straight years, 200 hits. A chance in the American League to have a big inning.
Ichiro will take that one.
I mean, it's obvious that Chris Tillman has lost completely his release point. I'm surprised he just didn't look for a fastball in the middle of the plate, because if you watch Ichiro hit in batting practice, he can hit him as far as anybody. And that would have been a perfect chance to try to get a ball to drive.
Runners off first and second. The one pitch is going to miss inside, and it goes to 2-1. And Tillman in deep trouble here with nobody out. Leadoff batter up, and the 8 and 9 hitters on base. Suzuki overall at .307 on the year. Swung and a miss as he pulled a string on him again. 2-2.
Well, pretty effective. Another changeup, and that's how he got into a deep count the first time with Ichiro. Obviously didn't pick it up.
See what he gives him here in the 2-2. Ichiro will pop it up third base. Andino maybe. He's got it. Big out.
Well, you got to get a guy out that's hitting .331. Tries to bunt. There's strike one. Way up. 1-1, 2-1. Good changeup. And then a little fastball right in on his fist. Gets the pop up. So a huge out.
Now it'll be Sean Figgins. He has struggled mightily in these situations. 161 with runners in scoring position. The Seattle numbers are exactly the opposite of the Orioles as far as runners being on or the bases empty. Fouled away. The Mariners are 243 with the bases empty, and then it starts plunging. 219 with runners on, 213 with runners in scoring position, and 176 with runners in scoring position and 2 down. The Oriole numbers are exactly the opposite. Their lowest is with nobody on, and the highest is with 2 down, runner in scoring position. Fouled away, so Tillman comes right back here and gets a 2-strike count on Figgins, who popped out his first time up. Your chance to get live Orioles breaking news coverage. Text Orioles 29292. Message and data rates may apply. Runners off first and second. Target was up high, and that's where he went, and Figgins didn't chase.
I don't know what that's about. They did it again last night.
He stands up almost.
Yeah. Well, you know, we used to have the 5 pitch, 0-2. You want to see if a guy's sitting on a breaking ball. Chris Oil just put the glove about chest high, maybe a little bit higher, right in the middle of the plate, out of the strike zone.
1-2 delivery, breaking ball up the middle. Diving Roberts can't get it. That will score Ryan. Saunders will go to third. It'll be an RBI base hit for Figgins, and the Mariners take a 1-0 lead.
Well, that's the Boney's package. Again, they not only did he get the RBI, late on the fastball, pretty good curveball, but again, it's right in the middle of the plate, so it speeds up the bat. He finds a hole, and Saunders all the way to third base. So again, only 1 out. And you don't need to get a lot of runs for FELIX Hernandez.
Runners on at first and third for Figgins, his 12th run batted in. Smoke is their leader in RBIs. He's got 22. He grounded out his first time up. We're really looking for that ground ball double play right here to try and get out of the inning. Figgins, good speed at first base. 1 down. Smoke, big cut, no piece of it.
Well, you're seeing a young pitcher. I think what they envisioned when they made the Eric Bedard trade. I mean, you got Adam Jones, George Sherrill, but you thought you're getting somebody to throw us in the mid-90s. So when you got in this situation, you'd see 95. Well, we just haven't seen that. But again, he's pitching a little bit backwards. Great change up there.
0-1 delivery down the first, foul.
And there's another.
The off-speed pitches are the ones he's got confidence in early in the ball game, or the ones that are working in any event.
Well, he just at this point in his career, because of again mechanical difficulties, just can't add 2-3 miles per hour when you need it. Most young pitchers with good arms can do that.
Tillman has been able to pick up only 2 ground ball double plays this year. He's looking for one right here. Here's the 0-2, and that'll be up high. And a ball and 2 strikes on Smoke. Smoke is a switch hitter this year, .333 right-handed, and as he hits now, .262. 3 of his 5 home runs, though, have come from this side of the plate. The runner's off first and third, and the 1-2 delivery, runner going, and no throw made. Wieters almost colliding with Smoke as he came up. Whether he was going to throw or not, I'm not sure, or just fake it. But anyway, it's a stolen base.
A little cut fastball, so the ball's going to come in towards Justin Smoke. And when it does, I mean, he ends up catching that ball behind him. And then again, Figgins, even that's the 7th steal of the year. Stay out of the double play. Now you bring your infield in, and this is all about FELIX Hernandez.
7 out of 11 stolen bases for Figgins. Smoke with a 2-2 count. Infield in. And the pitch is in.
And then another lazy cutter.
The Tillman, a 3-ball 2-strike count, and as happens to him, it seems in every game, the pitch count just skyrockets up to 61. We are in the 3rd inning with only 1 out. Here's the 3-2 delivery to Smoke, and he'll foul it away. Already 1 run in here in the 3rd. As the Mariners get the early lead, and now a big chance with 2 in scoring position. Tillman wants to regroup. Lead runner is Saunders. Here's the 3-2, and off speed again, and got him.
Well, it's all about deception right there, because watch this ball. It's about belt high. But again, it fools him. So you got a young hitter at the plate, young pitcher. No fastballs, no cutters, no curveballs. And then just a good straight changeup. And it runs away from the bat head of Justin Smoke.
Guthrie, Arrieta, and the manager. Little powwow. Here's Olivo, popped out his first time up. Now you got to get them and keep those runners out there and get out of the inning with only 1 run. That would be a success story here, with the first 2 having reached. Saunders the lead at 3rd base. Figgins with the RBI single and a stolen base at 2nd. And off the end of the bat and back. 1-1. Olivo hitting just .211 on the year. Base hit here, and he'll have a couple of RBIs. 1-1 delivery. And again, back over the screen, 1-2.
Well, again, that number you talked about, how do we get the right-handers out? Coming in at 380, and the cutter's more effective to the lefties. Curve ball right over the top.
1-2 delivery. Goes to short. Up with it is Hardy. And Tillman finds a way to get through it. He hit the leadoff batter, Ryan, and he scored, but he's the only one, 2 left in scoring position. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. And by Honda. Visit your Honda dealer during the Really Big Thing sales event for great offers on all Honda cars and trucks. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer here at Camden Yards tonight. The Orioles trying to make it 2-0 over the Mariners. The M's have the 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the third. Top of the order, Roberts, PA, and Lee due up for the Orioles. FELIX Hernandez given a run to work with. And Roberts, who flied out his first time up, will take the pitch up high for a ball. .1-0 delivery. Ryan continues to struggle at the plate. Has not had a hit in his last 24 at bats, and only 2 for his last 34. As Ryan has seen the average obviously trend downward. Now at just 212 in the year. And he got that one in for a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, the ball that he used to handle away, and that's the double ball, the single to left. It's just fouling him off, or the lazy fly ball, something he did early on in his career. Certainly got out of that when he got more experience.
And the fastball missed it. 2-ball, 2-strike count. So we mentioned FELIX Hernandez, not a lot of run support. You go back to 2010 Cy Young Award winning year. Received 1 or fewer runs 16 of his last 42 starts going back to last year, and yet has somehow found a way to go 17-14 in those ball games.
Well, that's because his ERA is under 2.5 runs a game, so it's not a lot of room for error, though. Carlos Willis, there's your pitching coach. And as I said, not a high maintenance guy because he can do so many things so well. And he can get you out.
He's got a couple of complete games under his belt. The first game against Oakland, 9 innings, and then the last game against Chicago, 9 innings.
What, did he have 7 last year? I think that was, or actually 6. That was second.
Funny, in those 2 complete games, they were exactly the same. 2 runs on 5 hits in 9 innings. 3-2 delivery on the way, and he walked him. Orioles will take that. A leadoff walk for Stadium Baseball brought to you by Verizon Fios. Switch to Fios, the network ahead. To learn more, visit Verizon.com/getFios. 1904 Cy Young, 23 innings of no-hit baseball ended. That streak included a perfect game. In 2000, Milwaukee, 9 innings, National League record set for a game time, 4:22. It actually tied the American League record held by the Orioles and the Yankees. 2004, Pittsfield, Mass. Found of records going back to 1791. A document, the oldest recorded found, that mentioned the term baseball. A 213-year-old bylaw that protected the windows on the town's new meeting house prevented anyone from playing baseball within 80 yards of the building. That's the oldest known use of the term, 1791. Pittsfield, Mass. Runner at first base. Here's PA. And a big shot up the middle. Roberts will make the turn. He'll head to third. And the Orioles have runners at the corners with nobody out.
Well, he's going to play his way right back into this lineup somewhere. FELIX PA, the way he's swinging the bat. What's you get on this high fastball? I asked Adam Jones, I said, boy, he's got to play somewhere. He said, well, he can rake. And that's a hitting term. He can rake, and he is raking.
No, Jim, every time I watch him play, I think one of the reasons he can rake, he's fearless. When he comes to the plate, he's absolutely fearless. The only thing he thinks about is putting the bat on the ball hard.
The transformation he made from when they got him. Terry Crowley, now a hitting instructor, he shortened his swing, and boy, with that one, he built up his confidence. He thinks he can hit anybody.
Now it's D. Lee time. This is where the Orioles need the bat.
Well, he's got to think inside the ball. Again, a lot of times he'll tell you, my timing's off. I'm out in front. I'm around the balls. That's why all the double plays, and that's what FELIX Hernandez is looking for.
In the air to right field, Ichiro going back at the warning track, has room and makes the catch. Roberts will tag up and score. It ties the ball game at 1.
See, because until you get to 2 strikes, you can let the ball travel. Even if they pitch you in and try to pound you in, you just take that pitch. And that's exactly what he did there. You need a fly ball. You need it of some depth because this outfield throws pretty well. And right there, just wait for the ball to travel. 89. And there you go. You tie it up. You get yourself a sacrifice fly.
And his 10th RBI. PA remains at first base, and is Guerrero. 1 down. So the Orioles will run on 3 hits. Tie this ball game up. Vladdy hitting at 279. Grounded out his first time up. This has been the ballpark for him to get the home runs and the extra base hits. PA with a decent lead over there at first. And Guerrero will take the pitch inside for a ball. All 4 home runs have been hit here by Vladdy. His average 338 at home and 207 on the road. And his extra base hits have all been here.
Yeah, that's going to change though as this weather gets a little bit warmer. Just too good a hitter to. And this is a great hitting ballpark for fly balls. I mean, it's a small ballpark, so most of the time they bunch you in the outfield, give you the lines, try to take the balls up the gap.
1-1 delivery to him and fouls it away. Vladdy had a Vladdy ground ball out when he bounced one that was on the plate first at bat. How do you hit those? Talk about a reach. 1-2. Hernandez keeping an eye on PA, who's running. Vladimir Guerrero will foul it off. PA looking for his first stolen base. Will come back. That's the other thing PA can bring to a lineup, some speed.
Well, he can bring speed. He's not a great base stealer, even though he got a little bit better. The one thing also with FELIX Hernandez, they've only caught 1 out of 5, so that's not a ton of stolen bases, but it does mean you can run. And OLIVO, what, 3 out of 18, so not a terrific throwing catcher.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Guerrero again will foul it back.
And one thing they're doing is they are making FELIX Hernandez work. And again, when you throw a lot of ground balls, that's 47 with only 1 out here in the 3rd. So he usually throws right around 15 pitches per inning. So maybe a little bit more than that. That's for his career.
He's got a 1-ball 2-strike count here. PA not going. And Guerrero. Man, oh man. Just 1 at bat. You see a ball hit in about every way it possibly can be hit. Our Pep Boys game flow. Pep Boys does everything for less. Call 1-800-PEP-BOYS. The matchup of FELIX Hernandez against Chris Tillman figured to favor that man right there. The Orioles, though, have come back, tied the ball game up, and Chris Tillman, while throwing a lot of pitches, worked his way out of a tough 3rd inning, giving up only 1. PA back.
Wayne Kirby's going to come over and tell him, just make sure. Nice to have somebody with a lot of experience leaning over your shoulder.
Part of that fearlessness can be a little recklessness, not in a negative way, but you just want to make everything happen at once because you don't get to play that much. Count will stay at 1-2.
Well, the one thing that I've always noticed about FELIX Hernandez, overwhelming ability, but also got a feel for the game. Comes out of Venezuela, so he knows that PA can run a little bit. If he's trying to exhaust all his repertoire to try to get Guerrero out at the plate.
And Guerrero will take the pitch away.
I mean, he's added, subtracted, divided. He's tried everything to get him out.
2-ball 2-strike count. Hernandez will be throwing his 50th pitch. PA stays with that decent lead at first base. There he goes. Vladdy misses. The ball gets away. Guerrero doesn't see it. There was a runner at first base anyway, even with him running down. So PA gets second base.
Yeah, the perfectly thrown slider. You can see Vlad trying to get it, and Oliva just doesn't hang on to it. So there's the go-ahead run with 2 outs.
And a stolen base will be credited to PA, his first. Now we'll see if Luke Scott can get him in. Strikeout, second of the ball game, recorded by Felix Hernandez. Scott grounded out. First to pitcher covering. And Luke will take it away for a ball. Scott, 294 so far in the month of May with a couple of home runs. Orioles this month have been led home run wise by Lee with 3, and then a couple picked up by Scott. PA being held close by Brendan Ryan. Felix Hernandez with the 1-0 delivery. And Scott out in front of it, 1-1.
Change-ups, curveballs, anything but anything straight. It's kind of the book on Luke Scott. Got him out on the change-up the first time. A good one. Nice little numbers. Last year he had about 213 for the year. Well, again, it's early, but the numbers up as far as driving them in.
Luke has picked up his numbers against right-handers as well. He's 9th in the league against right-handed pitchers. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and off the end of the bat and foul the other way. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. PA on at second base, game tied at 1. Seattle's had only 1 hit. That was the RBI single by Figgins in the 3rd inning. Eric Wedge's team trying to end a 3-game losing streak here with this one. While for the Orioles, trying to put 2 in a row together and improve this homestand, which is right now 1-3, a short homestand that will end tomorrow. 1-2 delivery, just missed. Hernandez leaned in a little bit, took an extra look, but didn't get the call.
Yeah, totally different strike zone there. A lot of balls called off the outside corner, inside corner last night. Paul Schreiber already. An awfully good night, making you throw it over. And the hitters know that, and the pitchers know it. That's all you want.
2-ball, 2-strike count. PA getting a good jump, and the breaking ball will miss. The Orioles have been in this homestand more patient than we've seen on the year in forcing these counts deeper. A lot of pitches like that they might have gone after earlier in the year in the first month. Jim Presley's preached a little patience here and forced these pitchers to go a little deeper, and they are. Yeah, patience and preparation. I mean, they really give them a good idea of what they can do. There's all kinds of film available. You can pretty much see your former at-bats against them, how they pitched, what the sequence is. 3-2 delivery, swung on and foul tipped.
It'll be very interesting when the Orioles go down and face Jeremy Hellickson, who threw 50% breaking balls, to see what kind of adjustment they make in Tampa Bay. And here's you just fouling off that changeup to stay alive.
All right, Jeep Expo brought to you by the 2011 Jeep Compass. .3-2 is going to be coming again.
Oh, Luke will like to hit a northeast home run right here.
They give him the gap in right center. Hernandez will step off. PA back to the bag at second. See that big hole in right center. Saunders moved over to left in his center field position. That's a big gap.
Well, it tells you they're going to try to run the ball away from him.
3-2 delivery again, and that'll be fouled off. So Scott forces it a little further.
Well, I think Luke is understanding, and we certainly has known it the last couple of years. Everybody respects his ability to hit the fastball. You're going to throw it. You don't want to do it out over the plate. You want to try to get it in under his arms, in on his fist, and then otherwise a series of curveballs like the last pitch, change-ups, anything to try to slow the bat down.
Scott waiting on the 3-2. This will be the 3rd time on the 3-2 delivery. And again, it is foul back.
Well, there's your home run swing right there. Boy, he just missed that. At 95.
Well, the 9th pitch of this at bat will be coming, and Felix Hernandez, walking around out there, saying, all right, throwing about everything. What do I want to do here? PA and a single and a stolen base, potential go ahead at second. And Scott's going to have to wait here. Lucas had 6 multi-hit games over the last 14. 3-2 pitch again, and struck him out. Home plate umpire calls it on the swing and no argument. 3 strikeouts for Hernandez. Orioles get a run. Leave 1 on. To yesterday was taking some throws and ground balls at first base. Anything going on there?
Well, I'm sure that's more for fun, because just between you and me, he's going to catch.
Any concern about bringing him back after a long night like last night?
Concern, yes, but the first 6 or 7 innings were less than 2 hours, and I think that's something you start looking at more in June. Once you get through these 2 months here, but it's something we monitor very closely, and he and John Russell are, honest with each other.
Matt Wieters obviously said, "I'm ready to go again."
Yeah, your third base coach, John Russell, formerly a catcher, Major League. In fact, caught Nolan Ryan's one of his 7 no-hitters.
Here is Jack Cust to lead it off, and Tillman will get the pitch in for a strike. Cust drew the walk, 1 of 2 surrendered in the ballgame by Tillman so far. Cust, Kennedy, and Paguro are due up for the Mariners. Russell and Wieters had developed a very quiet, ongoing relationship of mentor and pupil. John's a very quiet guy anyway, very serious. And in spring training, he and Wieters spent a lot of time together, did a lot of talking, kind of on the side, unobserved, and it's really had an impact, I think, on Matt's performance. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that'll be taken outside. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Cust.
Yeah, to me, that's one of the more important things they've done. Jeff Datz, who's now the third base coach for Seattle, is a former catcher. He was here last year. Well, you need somebody. There's your changeup, and there is Jeff. So nice pitch by Chris Tillman to get the ever trying to walk Jack Cust out. The changeup right here. Let's see how he catches it. Again, just off the corner, but close enough, apparently.
Our pitch strike sponsored by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world. 3 strikeouts for Tillman. Adam Kennedy flying out his first time up, trying to bunt his way on. We talked about all these pitches being thrown, evidenced in the pitches per plate appearance tonight. Through 3 innings, the Mariners averaging over 5, about 5.2 pitches per plate appearance, and the Orioles 4.2, both very high. And that'll just miss outside, 1-1.
Well, again, it's especially with Chris Tillman, he has a tendency to show you everything he has early on. Him, MO, along with Jake Arrieta, is you're not going to get 3 fastballs on the outside corner and see what you can do with them. They just don't pitch that way. And that's why pitch counts get elevated. With Britton, he's really hit it. And a lot more sinkers, and maybe that's why the pitch count when he's pitching well is much lower.
Zach Britton will be on tomorrow night as the Orioles wrap up the series in the homestand. Britton will take on Jason Vargas. Zach's going to go for his 6th win against 2 losses. Vargas is 2-2. Grounded towards first base. D. Lee had it back up on that one. Tillman gets over the cover and gets the out. Talking about those sixes, 6 a magic number for a couple of players around the major leagues. Trevor Cahill, 6-0 after the 7-2 win Monday. First ace pitcher, 6 decisions since '90 to win them. Max Scherzer, 10-5 victory. You see the opponent batting average 133 with runners on base, leads the American League. He's 6-0, and Zach Britton's going to try and reach that mark at 6-2 when he makes the start with a 2.93 ERA tomorrow night.
I think Cahill won 19 last year. A young pitcher, great sinker baller out of Oakland.
Fouled away.
There's a young hitter chasing something that he wasn't looking for. It was a good curveball and not much of a swing, but again, not knowing what you want to hit till you get to 2 strikes. Love those type of hitters if you're a former pitcher.
Guerrero, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Here's the 1-1 delivery by Tillman, and again the big cut and the foul ball, and it'll go to 1-2. Still time to sign your family up for the Junior Orioles Dugout Club. 14 and under get tickets to 10 games, the club hat, membership card, lunch bag, and more. It's only $20, and then family and friends get tickets for as low as $6. And the first Dugout Club game Saturday, May 21. Ground ball to first. Lee will back up on it. Tillman will cover again and gets there in time and retires the side in order. So in 2 of the 4 innings, Tillman has set the M's down 1-2-3. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Blimpie, America's Sub Shop. 71 degrees when we started here at Camden Yards. We lost Joe West, the umpire, last night to the flu. And we've lost another umpire for the moment. Nobody behind the plate. So Felix Hernandez is waiting here. Paul Schreiber, the home plate umpire.
Here he comes.
Will soon be coming back. Angel Hernandez. Angel's the crew chief with Joe not here. That'll get a comment from Olivo. Schreiber's like, just turn around and catch.
Yeah. Well, either that or it looks like he's in a little distress. I don't know.
I hope he's not chasing that flu down.
No. Well, you know, umpires, they travel together, eat together. Same locker room.
Pitch is taken for a strike. Adam Jones had a single his first time up. Adam continues hot. He has raised his average 50 points over the last 8 games, including the one today, from 218 to 268 for Adam. And he'll take the pitch up high. Felix Hernandez, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Tillman, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. The Orioles, a run on 3 hits. Seattle, run on 1 hit. The RBI single by Figgins. And Jones will fight off an inside pitch, 1-2.
Yeah, you had a hit batsman and then a walk to allow Figgins to get into that situation.
Adam with a base hit he got in his first at bat, now 4 for 17 off FELIX Hernandez. Here's the 1-2. There's another one. He got all of it. You know Adam loves this. I mean, this is the team that let him go in the deal, the Eric Bedard deal, so there's still a lot of people around Seattle who were there when he was playing and selected.
Yeah, he crunches his curveball. Bat head to the ball. And then smartly spanked into the left.
Jones with a 2 for 2 night. And here is Matt Wieters.
Well, let's see if he runs. A lot of times you won't run till you get one out. So you maintain that hole by smoke into right field. And you can see what FELIX is going to say. Try to pull that ball.
Matt Wieters had a single his first time up. He's now 3 for 8. And meeting of the minds. Tonight's league leaders brought to you by Lexus of Towson, Baltimore area's #1 Lexus dealer, who invites you to come and see why they're #1.
How about Ron Washington down in Texas? He changed his whole windup. You know, he took Beltre from 4th to 6th. He put in Michael Young, who went 3 for 4. Beltre hit a home run. Bourbon led off. He said, "Why'd you do that?" He said, "I was watching Seinfeld." And in the episode, apparently somebody changed the lineup. He said, "It might work," and it did. And then Beltre, who signed a $95 million deal, he said, "I don't really, as long as you
I don't watch Seinfeld."
Yeah, right. But as long as you keep paying me, you can play me anywhere you want.
Not going to complain.
No.
2-0 delivery. Wieters takes it outside. And the count will go to 3-0. Coming into this ball game, FELIX Hernandez in the previous 8 game starts had 8 3-0 counts. 8. That was it. He doesn't do this very often, falling behind hitters. Runner at first, 3-0 delivery. Wieters taking all the way, and he walked him on 4 straight pitches. 2 on, nobody out.
Well, he's one of these rare young guys that can swing your leg. Usually you pick your leg up and put it down, because then you can put it down in the same spot. But tonight, a lot of different pitches. I mean, he's really never established his fastball, at least the command of it.
So the Orioles get a chance to get a lead in this ball game. Hardy coming up. He drew a walk his first time up.
And they're looking for a bunt.
Again at third base is Figgins.
I don't think so. You never know.
They'll put the wheel on, I think, here. Nope. Just play it straight up. And the pitch is taken down low. 5 in a row out of the strike zone. And Hernandez is talking to himself. He took a long stroll around the mound after that walk to Wieters. And he took a very slow walk back. 1-0 count. Hardy takes it. That's 6 in a row. 2-0.
And this is what J.J. Hardy, and Olivo is going to go out and have another conversation. What J.J. Hardy brings to your lineup. I mean, a lot of times you get too emotionally involved in the at-bat. Now, you know it's 1-1. You know you want to get a base hit. You know you're ahead in the count, but he took ball 2. A lot of guys will chase that pitch. So, again, I mean, this is just a veteran, and that's what he's going to bring to the table over the course of the season.
Willis out there just trying to break the rhythm.
And he's probably telling, hey, get back to your 2-seam fastball. That's how you get grounders. That's how you get double plays, which is what they need.
2-0 count, 2 on, nobody out.
And that gentleman right there has put the pressure on Mr. Hernandez tonight.
He has been able to work out of a couple of jams, especially in that 3rd inning when he gave up a run, but hit a batter and walked a batter the first 2 in the inning and still gave up only 1. A 2-0 count to J.J. Hardy. Hardy will take it, and that is going to be in there for a strike. The 3 walks surrendered in the ball game by Hernandez. Season high, 3rd time this year that he has walked 3 in a game. That walk to Roberts in the 3rd inning resulted in the Orioles' run. Runners off first and second. 2-1 delivery. Hardy a chopper. That hit him. It's a foul ball. J.J. Hardy, he tied that career high with that 4-hit game last night. It is the 8th time in his career. He's had 4 hits in a ball game, never 5. And as Buck Showalter said earlier, we're going to send a few more guys down for rehab if they come back and play like this,
including himself and you, didn't
and
he?
Me.
Kind of alluded to you.
I didn't further.
You don't need rehab. Huh?
I didn't go. I do, but it has nothing to do with hitting. A 2-ball, 2-strike count. Jones on second base, Wieters on first. Kennedy really trying to keep the runner at second, Jones close. The second baseman. See how close he is to the bag. Here's the 2-2, and that's outside, and the 3-ball, 2-strike count. And Felix Hernandez having his problems getting this game under control. 3-2. Hardy, and he'll foul it off and have to do it again. That's been the story on these 3-2 counts. The Orioles have been able to foul off pitches. Luke Scott did it 3 times on the 3-2 before he got him.
Well, see, he's never been able to get into the counts you'd like to have as a pitcher, which is 0-2, 1-2, where he can throw that breaking ball. It's almost like he's always using his breaking ball to get back into the count. And the Orioles have done a nice job of fouling off the good pitches.
And that one is going to be popped up at the plate. And it'll be handled by Olivo. And on the 4th 3-2 count of the ball game, Hernandez wins that battle against Hardy, 1 away. Jones and Wieters will remain at second and first, respectively.
And that's kind of a bonus. You know, I still remember my former manager, Earl Weaver. He would say, pop up. You know, when a guy hit a double play, he said, pop up, help the team every once in a while. And, you know, that was his idea of being positive because it makes sense. It's only 1 out. You know. There's number 4.
Earl's selling off a lot of the items he's collected. I've seen in the Baltimore Sun. World Series ring. Some paraphernalia from baseball that has been collected. So they got too many kids who might fight over it, so we're just going to sell some of it off and divide the money. Here's Andino. There's a mano a mano.
Yep. Well, he's got that kind of stuff. He's hit 95 on the gun tonight.
Andino grounded out on a real fine play made by Figgins that actually saved a run and ended an inning in the second. Andino's had only a couple of hits in his last 20 at bats. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him, and he reached and he went. Home plate umpire makes the call.
Well, if you're Felix Hernandez and you're not going to advertise this, you look at the Oriole lineup, and this is a guy you better get out. And if you're not, and again, we told you about Robert Andino. He's now 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Did a nice job, but it's different hitting with runners in scoring position. A lot of guys feel the pressure. Try to do too much. He's at his best when he sprays the ball all over the field, and that's what he did early on. And of course,
Andino getting the start at third.
And that's easy to talk about, but a lot harder to do against the last year's Cy Young Award winner.
Orioles getting the first 2 on in the inning. Still only 1 away. 0-2 pitch will wait. Jones back in. Kennedy in to take the throw. They're clearly worried about Jones getting a decent lead. 1 and 2, maybe if he does, taking off for third. They don't figure this is going to be a tight ball game, as most of them are when Felix is pitching. Every run matters. Here's the 0-2. Andino hard. Great stop by Kennedy to Ryan for 1 and turns a double play. So the second big defensive play that's been made on an Andino at bat. Kennedy to Ryan to smoke. It remains a 1-1 game. Who was in the office and in the outfield, and I was asking him, "You like being here?" And the kid said, "Great, I just want to get in my father's hair." So I asked Buck on our Wired Wednesday, "Is that true? Is that what he's here for?"
I like having him around. I love having him around anytime. As much time as we spend away, all seriousness, I wish he'd take a year off from school and follow us around.
He's not going to do that.
No, I did get the tuition fee the other day. I hope we win some more games.
I know a lot of people can relate to that.
Yes. Out of TCU, school's done, so he's with his dad. That's great.
Probably his class president. Managing something.
Oh, it's so good. We're, as you know, so hard for players and managers and everybody around the game when you got family, because once it starts, it's 6 months of regular and a month of spring training. And
well, the wives, the unsung hero.
Oh, gee. That one is going to go to left field. Scott coming on. And Ryan is retired on one pitch here in the 5th inning. Time for the AT&T Mobility Trivia question, and it is tonight: what is the longest game in Orioles team history by innings?
19.
Complete guess.
19.
19? That's it? Okay,
my
19.
final answer.
What am I thinking?
It's
yes.
Yes.
Yes. Look at that. 67.
Well, I was there, but
I think we're like...
I might have been disabled by then.
Saunders takes it for a strike.
Glad I missed that one.
We're almost 5 for 5 or something like that now. We got to keep track.
Better than that. I think we're 7 for 5.
7 for 5? Good.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right on that, actually.
They're gonna really have to kind of
bear down.
Yes.
Throw some hard stuff. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Michael Saunders. Saunders drew a walk and was stranded in the 3rd inning. Tillman at a 13-pitch 4th inning. And let's come back and do that right here again. Andino.
Yep.
Nope.
The only chance.
Just no man's land in foul territory. So a long strike for Saunders.
Bermuda Triangle. Except we usually call that was the fair one, where the first baseman couldn't get it, the second baseman couldn't get it, the right fielder couldn't get it. And Earl Weaver would just kind of exasperate another ball lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
Lots have gone there, and none have returned.
That's right. You can find them in baseball. Just can't do anything about it.
Not even he knew it.
Yep.
At the knees.
Well, Michael Saunders with a home run last year against the O's. So there's the glove, and there is the ball. Watch him stay closed.
Chris Tillman bearing down.
Well, he's going to get it. I mean, he's going to keep working. I mean, he did say the day after the game, and it wasn't a good one against Kansas City, 8 runs and 10 hits. I wish I was pitching against him tomorrow. Well, what does Buck say? He's got a lot of one in him. He's got to figure out mechanically how to be at his best.
Ichiro goes off the mound for a base hit. That's his first hit, so he's 1 for 3. And the Mariners have a runner on with 2 down in the 5th. Our minor league report brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. Ryan Adams, the infielder, an update with a .390 average, big on base percentage and slugging percentage as well. 4 RBIs, 4 extra base hits, last 10 games playing with Norfolk. A look at Ryan Adams, infielder in the organization for the Orioles.
Yeah, Buck Showalter said his final words to Ryan were, "I'm not going to look at your batting average." Even though Ryan would say, "Look at my batting average.
Look at it.
I'm going to look at how you're doing defensively." I told him he ought to attach himself to Mike Bordick's hip, because Bordy, of course, is one of the infield instructors in the minor leagues. And again, this could be a running situation. Again, Ichiro 11 out of 12.
Got a good lead over there on Tillman. And the pitch will be taken by Figgins.
And they're well aware of how well Matt Wieters is flinging the ball and stealing situations. Jeff Datz, first thing he said, as he was his coach last year, "How's he doing behind the plate?" I said, "I think you guys know how he's doing behind the plate. He's controlling the running game and calling a great game." 9
out of 18 for Wieters. 1-0 count, runner not going. Figgins punting for a base hit and will foul it off. They're still trying to go after Andino here. The best career numbers belong to Ichiro here among active players at Camden Yards. 387, then Cano, Bartlett, Ordonez, and then Sean Figgins at 338. So they hit back-to-back in this Mariners lineup. Ichiro hasn't extended the lead, nor has he shortened it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I mean, Tilly for a big guy. I mean, Chris Tillman can hold guys. They've only attempted 4 steals. So for 6'6", he does pay attention. You don't want to pay too much attention. I mean, if you get Figgins out, the inning's over. So while you don't want to get him a running lead, make sure you make quality pitches to the guy at the plate.
Ichiro goes. Wieters' throw is there and got him. And I mean by a mile. Even though it hopped and had to be played up in the air by Brian Roberts, he still gets the out. That's how quickly he got it there. Ichiro retired. So are the M's. Duel and the ball game tied up at 1-1. And yes, we speak of Wieters often, but with just cause. I mean, if you put a mask on this guy and people saw his play year before and last year and then saw him play this year and didn't know who he was, they'd say that's not the same guy.
No, well, man, you're exactly right. And of course, you know, last night's game was a pitcher's duel in a sense. It was 3-2. So we'll see how this one goes. But, you know, again, against if you look at Wieters, that's why they gave him all the money, you know, and I think you talk to him, we've seen a different personality, we've seen a different player, and when you have a guy that's going to be a real good player, sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. George Brett, we were just in Kansas City. If you look at his first couple of years, and then he figured it out. Matt's figuring it out, and he's doing it the toughest position in baseball other than pitching.
And he's always been a leader, and you can't be a leader in this game or any other at this level until you are performing well enough that the other players have to look at you and say.
And then you get a manager that understands how important a guy like Matt Wieters is to your ball club. And I think one of the first things that, and we've heard it many times, Buck Showalter said, you are our leader. I mean, you're the guy that's going to be catching a young pitching staff. So those are my expectations, and he has taken that to heart.
Here's Brian Roberts leading it off. 1-1 ball game. For Brian, he got a walk and a run scored in the third inning. Flied out his first time up. Roberts, PA, and then Lee are due up for the Orioles. And Felix Hernandez will take the pitch down low. He's up to 81 pitches thrown in the ball game.
Yeah, the most he's thrown all year long, and again with those 2 complete games is 108. So a chance to push that up. And again,
Roberts takes it again.
Yeah, I mean, they got a pretty good bullpen, but you still want him out of there.
And a 3-0 count, and Hernandez just cannot figure this out. As we said, this just doesn't happen to him. 2 3-0 counts in one game. Not on my watch. Here's the 3-0 delivery, and he walked him almost.
Yep.
Brian Roberts thought he had the free pass there.
Well, Brian, what about that ball's low? Below the knees, around the knees, but below him.
Here's the 3-1 delivery, and Roberts will foul it back to take it full. So Hernandez, a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Bryant hitting at 212. Big numbers, though, against Felix Hernandez at 387 lifetime average off the Mariners starter. And Roberts will ask for the timeout as he steps out. They play Bryant over to left field in the outfield, and he goes the other way down the line. And there'll be no play on that for Ichiro.
Well, that's when Bryant's hitting his best. His swing is so quick inside, and the problem is when you're a little late away and you start waiting a little bit longer, and of course if you speed up your bat, and we've seen him, he's such a good breaking ball hitter, but lately maybe not as good as he usually is because maybe he's just trying to get the bat head out a little bit and getting fooled by breaking balls.
3-2 delivery again, and he'll lash that one the other way.
It's not exactly like these are just balls down the middle that you should hit. You know, they're 94 miles per hour with some late action.
Roberts, a .319 lifetime hitter against Seattle. Bryant is playing in his 73rd game against the Mariners. The only Oriole with more is Vladdy. And another foul ball, and boy, the Orioles have made it very frustrating on these 3-2 counts in this ball game against Hernandez by continuing to foul off pitches and run that count up.
Well, when Mike Messina was pitching for the Orioles, he'd go up to New York, and Rick Down was the hitting instructor. He said, you know what, fastballs away, flick them away, hit breaking balls back up the middle, and then the pitch count would be 105 in the 7th inning. Moose would have about a 2-hitter, and he'd have to lead the game. And that's what you're hoping to do. It's not that you disrespect their bullpen, you just know how good this guy is.
He's pitched 100 pitches or more in all but one of his starts, but as Jim said, right when he reaches that mark, that's about it, with 108 being the high. 3-ball, 2-strike count. This is going to be the 4th 3-2 delivery. And Roberts will go down swinging for the 4th strikeout for Hernandez.
Yeah, it's kind of like a splitter changeup. The bottom just drops out, so you fouled all those pitches. Watch the ball just move. What a great pitch right there for the strikeout. And Brian just out in front of it.
And our Dodge Ram Expo brought to you by Ram Trucks, designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. Ram. Breaking ball. That'll be taken for a strike by PA. PA a single, stolen base, and he has struck out. So PA has picked up 3 hits and 5 at bats in the series. The 0-1 delivery. Did he go? Nope. Angel. It wasn't Angel Hernandez, was it?
I think Angel's out at second base.
Yeah, Angel's moved to second. Must be DJ Rayburn down there. There's Rayburn at third base.
Substitute umpire for Joe West.
Foul back. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So a typical game for Hernandez in one sense, and that is there's only one run on the board for him. Mariners have only 2 hits in the game, while the Orioles are 1-4-0. The Orioles have left 5. Seattle has left 3. 1-2 delivery. That's what he's trying to get PA out on, that pitch cutting in.
Well, nice eye, because the ball missed by about 2 inches.
PA now with 6 hits and 15 at bats in the month of May. See how much more playing time he gets this month. 2-2 the other way off the end of the bat. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles coming into this one tied with Toronto, 5.5 games out. New York has won 2 in a row and extended their lead over Tampa Bay to a game. And just miss. And another 3-2 count. So Hernandez with a fastball riding away, maybe a little low, up to 93 pitches.
Yeah, inch or 2 in, inch and 2 away.
3-2 pitch. It'll go to first. Smokes there. And will make the play. And there are 2 down. Mid-Atlantic Sports Report comes to you 30 minutes earlier all week, 5 to 6:30. Join Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, Mel Anton, and Mike Wallace for all the baseball news. And on tomorrow's show, Amber's going to sit down with the potential Rookie of the Year candidates, Michael Pineda, whom we saw last night, and the Orioles' Zach Britton. And Buck Showalter will be joining the group live from the park. Mid-Atlantic Sports Report starts at 5 tomorrow. And a strike taken by Lee. D. Lee, an RBI and a sac fly, and he is grounded out. Bottom of the 5th inning, 2 down, nobody on. Pitch is going to miss away. One. And that's a sharply hit ball left center field. Playing very deep. Peguero will get over and hold him to a single, and Lee is on. First hit of the series.
Yeah, you were thinking maybe 6 innings, but right here, a little change up right in the middle of the plate, speed up the bat, a tee shot right over the head of the shortstop. Hopes him to go down and get it. Boom. A pretty swing. Great leverage for Derek Lee.
So that will bring up Vladdy. Guerrero the 0 for 2, but a .338 batting average here at home, the 8th best home average in the American League. Orioles get their 5th hit. Vladdy reaching, will foul it back. Orioles getting their run on Lee's sac fly in the 3rd inning that tied it up after Brendan Ryan had led off the 3rd inning for Seattle, hit by a pitch and came in on a 1-out single by Figgins. FELIX Hernandez with the 0-1. Ooh, man, that got him. Fortunately ducked away as that was up and in.
Well, they try to pitch him in. I know Vladdy thought that the Orioles were throwing him last year. Probably just got that front shoulder, but he turns his head. Watch this. This is the important thing right there, right off the bicep.
Well, Guerrero's hit by the pitch. First hit batted for FELIX Hernandez this year, and for Guerrero, first time he's been hit.
And the pitch count now at 9-9, 99.
And Luke Scott, 2 on and 2 down. Luke came up, had a runner on, scoring position 3rd inning, and was a strikeout victim.
But it was one of those epic battles. What, he fouled 4 or 5 pitches off? 9 or 10 pitches,
yeah. To 3 and 2, and fouled off 4. So 2 on. Orioles left the bases loaded in the 2nd. Left a runner on at second base in the 3rd. Another on in scoring position in the 4th. 1-0 delivery. And Scott up the middle and not going to leave him here. Lee will come around to score. Guerrero's going to 3rd. Luke Scott the RBI. And the Orioles have a 2-1 lead.
Boy, is he a tough out when he starts using the whole field. We saw him twice to left last night. Right here, takes a fastball back away, hits it right back up the middle. You can see Kennedy trying to knock it down, save him a run, but Derek Lee's going to make it 2-1.
And Luke Scott picks up RBI number 16.
And it looks like he gets some movement out of their bullpen on that base hit.
And the Orioles have the lead for the first time in the ball game. And now Adam Jones, who's 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 runs on 6 hits for the Orioles. And Jones gets the RBI chance. Adam among the top 10 with runners in scoring position in the American League. Jones will take it to the right center field gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Guerrero has scored. Scott will be coming home. On his way to 3rd, Jones. Here's the throw. Not in time. Triple, 2 RBI.
Well, take a look. Fastball out over the plate. And Adam makes him pay. Boy, you made a great point about just wanting to show him how good a player you have become. And there you go.
21 RBIs on the season now, and Willis will come out to the mound, the pitching coach, as Hernandez now falls behind 4-1. And Jones with 3 of the 7 hits the Orioles have on the board. Vladdy coming across the score after being hit by a pitch. Paulie's up, but he is not ready.
Yeah, we saw him for an inning last night, and boy, what a frustrating night, because Felix Hernandez has just missed with pitches. They've worked the count as well as I've seen them do it all year long when you talk about the Oriole hitters, and then they, as they did last night, when they were 8 for 21 when runners in scoring position, they've been able to get the big hit, and it doesn't end here. And now you got Wieters to contend with.
Runner at third base and 2 away. This whole inning is a 2-out inning. There were 2 down before Lee got the single to start it. And Wieters swings through that one for a strike. Wieters has a walk and he is singled. After there were 2 down, the Lee single, Guerrero hit by a pitch, Luke Scott the RBI single, and Jones the 2 RBI triple. And Wieters a ground ball towards second base, and Kennedy's got it, and that will retire the side. But a big 5th inning for the Orioles, 3 runs on the board and a 4-1 lead. Up this series and the homestand. Zach Britton 5-2 will go against Jason Vargas 2-2. The scheduled starters for the 3rd and final game. Our coverage hosts extra at 6:30, 7 o'clock for the ball game. And will the Orioles have a chance at a sweep?
Well, there's Chris Tillman. Again, we tried to get the quick start. Well, that didn't really happen, but again, sometimes it takes a while to hit your stride. The one thing he did do in the first inning this game, maybe a little different than in other games, is just have a little more velocity. But again, just got out of his windup in that 1 inning. But again, he was only gave up the 1 run to the guy that comes to the plate right now, Sean Figgins.
Figgins, one of the 2 hits collected. Ichiro has the other. They are both singles. The Orioles have the 4-1 lead. Here in the 6th inning, Figgins with a 1 for 2, 3 for 9 in the series. Tillman 2 walks and 4 strikeouts and 1 hit batter. First appearance against the Mariners and looking for his 2nd win on the year. And it will really help the Oriole bullpen if he can get a couple of innings in here. Gonzalez, Uehara, Gregg, Johnson, Accardo all pitched in the ballgame last night. And Dino again, 2nd time that Figgins has popped out to him, 1 away in the 6th inning. Our Reebok Game Flow brought to you by Reebok Real Flex, natural movement perfected. It's about the Orioles getting 2. Felix Hernandez 4 runs on 7 hits with a big 2-out rally in the 5th inning. The 3 runs off Hernandez, coming on 3 hits.
Yeah, Matt Wieters throwing out Ichiro trying to steal. Got the Orioles to the plate, and that's the little things. You know, you need outs. You need to get 27s and have more runs than the other team. So when you get a guy that's been 11 out of 12, and Matt Wieters, and it was also the tag of Brian Roberts, because that ball bounced, able to catch it and put the tag down. But anytime you have a long inning, you try to get out there, and Chris Tillman didn't really get a lot of extra pitches. And what you want to do is just get back into your rhythm and try to have a shutdown inning.
Justin Smoke 2-0 delivery to him, and he misses, and the count will go to 3-0. Smoke to be followed by Olivo. Here's the 3-0 pitch. He'll be taking all the way here to try and get runners on base, and it is in there, 3-1. So the Orioles looking for another come from behind win in the middle of a ball game here if they can hang on after they trail 1-0 early, and that's ball 4. That is the 3rd walk surrendered by Tillman. Smoke is on with 1 away, and Olivo, who has popped out and grounded out, comes to the plate. Olivo at 209. He's had 1 hit in 6 at bats in these 2 games. Orioles will be soon making a trip out to Seattle on the West Coast trip. That is going to be bounced. Nice stop by Wieters to hang on. Olivo coming into the season a .246 major league hitter, having played with the White Sox in San Diego, Kansas City, Colorado, and then back to Seattle for the 2nd time. He was there in 04 and 05. 1-0, and he's taking, and it's in there, 1-1.
And as we mentioned, not this year, but occasional pop, 23 1 year with Kansas City.
1-1 delivery. That's going to miss up high. And a 2-ball 1-strike count from Tillman.
Well, this is when you got to take that next step. They give you a lead. You got to be aggressive. I mean, you really, you know, that 1-2 that Buck Joel, that's what you got to do. I mean, this is your game. You got to show them that you can pitch at this level.
And that misses.
And the velocity's down, the command's down. And, you know, I mean, the bullpen will come to the rescue, but just it's not the way it's supposed to be.
And Birkin will get up to throw. 3-1. 1 down. Center field. Jones has got it. Olivo retired. Back to first base goes Smoke. You see the starting pitchers and the run support with Arrieta on top, then Zach Britton, Brad Bergeson, Jeremy Guthrie, and then Tillman. And 4 runs have been scored in the ball game tonight as the Orioles have reached their so-called magic number on the year. We'll see if that holds up for the season or not.
It's a little misleading. Now, obviously, I mean, there have been a couple of games that Chris could have won. And when you give up 6 runs in an inning in the 3rd and 8 and 3 2/3, it doesn't matter how many runs they're scoring for you.
Yeah. And he only pitched 3 2/3 in that last game, 5 the game before that. 6 2/3 is his longest outing against Minnesota.
Because I mean, I learned over almost 20 years, you got to make the guys playing behind you and in front of you think they have a chance to win. So you got to maintain early on an opportunity to do that. There you go, low strike.
And an 0-2 count on Cust. He has walked and struck out. Cust, a 194 hitter against the Orioles with 4 home runs in his career. FELIX Hernandez looking for some offensive help here in the 6th inning. 0-2 delivery, and that'll be into the screen. Bullpen has stayed up for Seattle.
Yeah, he wants to get him back in the game, Jack Cust, with 1 swing. And you have to be able to do that. But again, a guy that does have very good power, and he's got it to any part of the field.
Tillman working in his 107th pitch, the 2nd game where he's gone over 100 pitches. That'll be in the air to left field. Long run. Scott coming, diving, and can't get it. At third base, Smoke. He will hang on there, and into second base is CUST with a probable double. Luke Scott got there, but could not hang on to it.
Yeah, really long run because he's so deep. And again, he just won't catch it. Ball drops.
So Tillman now with a big at bat. Potential tying run is at the plate. Runners at second and third. 2 down. And Adam Kennedy, who had a homer in the ball game last night, is flied out and grounded out. 2 away. Tillman at 108 pitches and gets the foul ball for a strike. And I think you're right, Jim. This is one of those earn your stripes here. Pitching coach and manager are sitting and watching.
Well, again, that went to 92. I mean, you're highly conditioned. You worked all winter. I mean, this is okay. Just get him out here. Pitch counts up. He's going to leave after it, but don't leave it to somebody else. And I think that's one of the problems with pitch counts and whatever. I mean, obviously there are appropriate times to take a guy out. You want to win the ball game, but you also want to find out about your guys on the mound.
Kennedy, 1 ball, 1 strike count. He's got Smoke at third. CUST on at second base with the double. The third hit for Seattle. And gets ahead of him, a ball and 2 strikes. And the Oriole fans making some noise for Tillman.
I mean, he needs to pick up Luke Scott. I mean, Luke made a great effort. He's not the most fleet of left fielders. PA would have caught that ball easily, but hey, he drove in some runs for you, so pick him up. Make a pitch here.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Leaned out and took it. And it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kennedy making his 12th start of the year at second base because of the numbers he had last night with the 1 for 4, the home run.
Well,
Tillman 2-2.
Yeah, for left-handed hitter, he's a high ball hitter because he lifts. He's got an uppercut.
2-2 delivery to him, and he got him. Tillman gets his 5th strikeout and leaves 2 in scoring position, and the Orioles maintain their 4-1 lead.
Figgins loves to hit here at Camden Yards. That makes it 1-0. The Orioles will tie it off. FELIX Hernandez on the Lee sacrifice fly. Wieters throws out Ichiro, and then Luke Scott gets the Orioles the lead right here. And then Adam Jones triple up the gap, scores a couple of guys, 3-run inning. And there is your game summary, at least through 5 and half innings. So Tillman pitches very well, gets the big out. Adam Jones again doing what he's doing, and Luke Scott RBI single in the 5th.
Chris Tillman with a chance to be the winning pitcher in the ball game, getting a big out and the strikeout of Kennedy and leaving 2 in scoring position. The Orioles have chased FELIX HERNANDEZ.
Yeah, David Pauly came in last night. First guy got a base hit, double play, and out. So that's what he does. Sinks it, big overhand curveball, occasional changeup, 89 to 91. There's the breaking ball. And again, he does come out of the Red Sox organization where he was a starting pitching coming up through the minor leagues.
Hardy is walked and popped out. 1-0 delivery by Pauly, and that's there for strike 1-1. Hernandez gives up his second most earned runs on the year, 4 of them, 7 hits in 5 innings. He walked 3 and struck out 4. 1-1 delivery, a little sidearm slider right there that doesn't get the strike zone.
He's actually in the Oriole organization in 2009. Randor Beard traded up to Boston.
Hard to third, and that's a base hit. Figgins had only 1 chance and couldn't get it. And so Hardy is on with a leadoff single here in the 6th.
Yeah, the one thing about Dave Pauly, never's going to light up the radar gun. And right here, Hardy's about as good a high ball hitter as I've seen. And right there, a wicked sinking line drive that Figgins, who can pick it at third, can't handle.
So the Orioles get the leadoff man on.
Take a shot to right. Bunt for a base hit. Figgins still in at third base, anticipating that.
Orioles have had the leadoff man on 3 times in the ball game. And the throw over Hardy back. Andino he's had a tough night. He was robbed of a hit by Figgins, a hit and an RBI his first time up, and then a great double play started by Kennedy in the 4th inning.
Well, you liked his, you liked his approach, Gary, because he stayed inside the ball and tried to shoot it into right field.
And Andino will take it, and it's a high strike called, and it's 0-1. Andino looking back, and well, you can see.
Yep.
He looks down to third base, and John Russell. Figgins will stay just off the grass.
Well, you're still talking to him. Yeah, maybe it might have been high. He's been pretty consistent behind the plate tonight.
0-1 runner goes, hit and run right to Kennedy, and tries to get the lead runner and gets 2. How about that? Even with the runner going, Kennedy, Ryan combined to get the double play.
Well, again, he tries to shoot it to right field, so a nice play by Adam Kennedy, and you can see Brendan Ryan, I mean, he's a defensive whiz. Well, no, he's not on the bag. That doesn't matter. Smoke off the bag. Paulie's happy. That's what he did. He did last night. First guy got on. Next guy hit into a double play. Then he got another out.
What a night for Andino.
Well, but you know what? Playing third base, you're giving Mark Reynolds a rest. He's had 3 quality, well, at least 2 quality at bats. Almost got a hit on the roller. That's all you can do.
Brian Roberts up a walk and has scored a run, officially 0 for 2. And Brian just wants to get rid of the 0 for now. His average has dropped down to 210 on the season and an 0 for 25.
Kind of good news and bad news. The bad news, obviously, is at 210. The good news is he will not be lingering there long. Too good a player if he's healthy.
2-0 delivery. And Pauly misses down low. 2 down, nobody on, 6th inning. Orioles up by a 4-1 score, chasing Cy Young Award winner FELIX HERNANDEZ, who is 4-0 in this ballpark coming into the game, and that is there for a strike. Hernandez ERA in this yard was 2.56. The Orioles get 4 off him in 5 innings. Here's the 3-1, and Roberts will chop that one. Ryan, short hop, and gets it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 6 complete here at Camden Yards. Orioles up by 3. win his second game in his first appearance against the Mariners. A solid 6 innings, giving up just that 1 run on 3 hits. His 5 strikeouts matches a season high. He's been there 3 times now with 5 Ks in a ball game, and his longest outing since that one against the Twins.
So Jason Birkin comes in. A chance. It's been a little bit of a struggle lately. You can see the numbers up, but again, working hard on the windup. And again, 4-pitch pitcher, so he can give you more than 1 inning. And of course, that's what Buck Showalter will love, to get into the late innings and maintain this 4-1 lead.
Jason Birkin will work to the bottom third of the order. Paguro, Ryan, and Saunders are due up as this one gets turned over to the bullpen. Paguro has struck out and grounded out. Matt Wieters out for a final talk with Birkin. Just 133 on the year, as he's obviously just getting started with the at-bats, and a question of who's going to play left field with Milton Bradley gone now. Maybe shared duty. 7th game for Paguro on the season. No home runs, a couple of doubles picked up, and a 1-0 count. Birkin gets it in, swung out and missed. He put that one by him.
Yeah, lefties hitting him pretty well at 12 for 30. And then righties, of course, that's where the slide ball comes in. Only 7 for 31, 223. But he's got a good changeup. And he has a pretty good fastball, which doesn't get called. Hadn't really used his changeup over the last couple of weeks. It's again because of the labrum tear in his shoulder, which he rehabbed. Lost about 20-25 pounds. He used a lot in spring training. There it is. Oh, no, actually a fastball, I guess, but boy, it had great finish. It almost looked like he turned it over. Paguro, I guess, a perfectly thrown pitch, but again, they've been trying to get him out with breaking pitches. We'll see if they go to it right here.
2-2 delivery, and that in the air to right field is hit very far, back near the warning track. PA up, and he got it. There's the wall. I see it now. Probably didn't need a jump, but hey, it'll make the highlight reel. One away. Orioles invite all Little League players and coaches to sign up. Little League Day is coming Sunday, June 5. Little Leaguers pre-registered get a chance to parade around the warning track before the game against the Blue Jays afternoon game. Sign your team up 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com for complete details. Always a great day for the kids who get to walk around Camden Yards with their team.
Yeah, anytime anybody goes to right field, I think of when Randy Johnson came in and Johnny Oates, the late Johnny Oates, was managing, and he said, we need another right-handed bat in there. We had Chris Sable. And Chris Sable took his goggles and went to play right field for the first time. And I said, Chris, you ever played out there? He said, no. I said, how are you going to play? He said, turn around and play it off the wall.
Good approach.
Yes.
As long as he gets there.
Well, that's your point right there with PA. He doesn't play. He plays left field and center.
Here's Brandon Ryan, hit by a pitch and scored the lone Seattle run, and he is flied out to left field. Tillman out of there with 112 pitches thrown. That's the most thrown by an Orioles starter so far this year. And he was in trouble throwing those pitches in the 6th inning and worked his way around it.
Well,
2-strike count.
One of his best pitches was his last pitch, which was a great changeup to down and away to Adam Kennedy. If you don't pitch when your pitch counts up, you never learn how to pitch when your pitch counts up.
2-2 hit hard to short. It's going to be a long throw for Hardy. What an arm.
It is the definitive play for a shortstop. Can you go to your right? First of all, can you get there? Can you plant? What kind of arm strength? Well, it tells the whole story right there. And he throws a BB. Watch this. Put the brakes on right here. And again, he almost didn't even set himself.
Right waist high with that throw. That's usually a one-hopper. Hardy taking a little bit from Adam Jones, who wants to play shortstop someday.
And did.
Yeah. Which he constantly reminds everybody of. So he gave Hardy something there. He probably told him he's got a better arm than that.
But of course, he constantly reminds us of a lot of things.
Yeah. That's great.
I know. No, it is.
It is.
Mom's still here.
Yep. That will be taken away. Saunders has drawn a walk and struck out. 2 down, nobody on. 2-0 count on Saunders, the number 9 hitter. Top of the 7th inning. He will foul that one back into the screen.
Yeah, the one thing, I mean, I like a lot of things about Matt Wieters, but just watch the way he puts the target down. He didn't get it up his first year, but watch him present the target and almost encourage you. I mean, he's come on, let's go right here. Now watch this. There we go. Get it out there.
Up high, 3-ball, 1-strike count.
First year he was here, he had a black chest protector, black glove. You couldn't really see the glove because it blended in. Totally different look here.
Wow, did he get a hold of that? Utah Street, hello, goodbye, home run. So Saunders with the long ball makes it a 4-2 game.
Boy, how many times have we seen this with a bullpen? And again, it's guys with good stuff, but when you get behind, and he was behind 3-1, and he launched that ball. Second home run against the Orioles. 94, but he's looking for it. Foot down, and I think you're down at Cape Canaveral.
Wow. That is his second home run of the year. They both have come against the Orioles, and the British Columbia native makes it a 4-2 ball game. And here is Ichiro. He has continued his hit streak to 4 games, a single. Also been caught stealing only the 2nd time this year. A 1 for 3 in this game and a 3 for 9 in the series. Towards the hole. Hardy's not going to get it, and Ichiro's on again. And the potential tying run's going to come to the plate here in the 7th inning. So another multi-hit game for Ichiro, who started the day 2nd in multi-hit games in the American League. Now Birkin's going to have to be very careful. Sean Figgins coming to the plate. As Jim mentioned, the Oriole relievers, the home runs have been the big problem. Orioles have now given up 23 home runs out of the bullpen. That is the same number that the starters have surrendered this year.
Yeah, and I think it's frustrating for everybody. Obviously, you don't want to do that. And again, they're usually in hitters' counts. They're usually on hittable pitches in the sense that the opposition can look for a certain pitch and get it, and they're usually almost all up in the zone.
3rd home run off Jason Bergen. That's going to be down the line and foul. Sean Figgins a single, an RBI. He's 1 for 3.
Well, when Jason stays square to the plate and doesn't rotate, in other words, gets over that front side, his stuff has great late life. The slider is sharper. He's able to get on top of a curveball, doesn't throw it a whole lot. Change up, he can finish it, and his fastball has that extra little zip at the end, whether it sinks or it rides.
A 1 delivery on the way. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Ichiro will make the turn and stay. PA will get the throw into the cutoff man. All of this is coming with 2 down, a home run, and 2 singles.
But again, this is a changeup. Look at the target. Look where he throws it. So again, you speed up the bat. Nobody's playing right where he hits the ball. You speed up the bat and allow him to do exactly what he wants to do.
And now Smoke will come up. He has struck out, walked, and grounded out. 2 on, 2 down. 5 hits for Seattle. You see the bullpen, they have given up at least 1 run 13 of the last 14 ball games.
And what exacerbates that is that with most occasions the Orioles offense hasn't been what you like. So again, you'll have some leads, they'll get those runs, and then maybe they'll get another run or 2 later. Gonzalez up, who gave up a couple of runs last night, getting loose again.
Smoke, 1-0 delivery to him, and it's going to miss outside, and the count falls to 2-0.
Well, you cannot give in. You got a right-handed batter they're not going to pinch hit for. I mean, I suppose they could, but he's their number 4 hitter. Do not give in to this guy because he's got home run power.
2-0 delivery to him. He is their best with runners in scoring position. He and Ichiro. Smoke hitting .385 coming into the ball game in these situations. And he's got runners at first and second. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Ichiro just 3 points behind him starting the day. 2-1. Jason Birkin taking a look back. And a slow roller, Brian Roberts. And that will retire the side. So a run in, 3 hits, 2 are left on base. It is a 4-2 O's lead. Over Seattle, Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer back. Good ball game.
It's a great game. I mean, you know, they battled to get against one of the premier pitchers in baseball, FELIX Hernandez. Chris Tillman pitched as well as I can, but it's like Jerry Seinfeld said when he went to get his rental card and they didn't have one. Anybody can make a rental car reservation, but can you keep it? Well, you got the lead. Can you keep that? And that's the big question tonight. Can you add some more runs? And will your bullpen be able to hold this 2-run lead?
You certainly don't want to leave it at 2. There's enough power in the Seattle lineup that if they can get somebody on base, they've got the opportunity, as we've seen, to deliver the long ball.
Again, and you're at a point now, and the problem with the 13 innings last night is one of your best guys, Jim Johnson, pitched 2 innings, so he's probably not available. So, you know, you're going to try to mix and match, and we'll just see how it ends up.
As we move along, both bullpens involved in this ball game. And we will go to the bottom half of the 7th inning with PA, Lee, and Guerrero due up. For Felix PA, the single came in his middle at bat. He has struck out and grounded out. And there's a roller. Going to take a good play and a quick one. And Paulie gets it. And PA's retired. A pitch and an out here in the 7th inning. Koji O'Hara also threw in the ball game last night, warming up in the Orioles bullpen.
Yeah, Koji an inning of 3rd last night. Strikeout, a hit.
Here's Derek Lee. Lee with an RBI and a run scored. He got the RBI and a sac fly. And scored the run with a 2-out single. Orioles fell behind in the 3rd inning on Figgins' RBI base hit. They came back and tied it up on the sac fly by Lee. And then with 2 down in the 5th inning, Lee kicked it off with a single. And the Orioles would score 3 runs on 3 hits with 2 away off Felix Hernandez and take the 4-1 lead before Saunders' home run in the 7th made it 4-2. Two and 1. Outfield deep on him, and Lee will foul it back off the fist.
Yeah, he's a little frustrated he didn't get to that high curveball. Paulie, as we mentioned, he did pitch in the Oriole organization 9 and 12 as a starter in Norfolk, and then was a minor league free agent signed with the Mariners last year, a starter at their AAA.
He got all of that one to left field near the wall, and nope, didn't make it. He's retired on the fly ball to Paguro.
Got me excited.
Go. Got me excited.
Me too.
All for nothing. History of my life. Entertain clients, colleagues, and more with a custom suite package at Oriole Park. Private suites are available in a variety of locations and sophisticated, affordable way to make a statement. Find out more. Go to Orioles.com/suites, or you can have a private tour. Call 410-547-6076.
Yeah, it's all right to go into a home run call as long as it gets to the warning track.
Exactly. And that one didn't.
Well, it was close enough.
Oh, okay, close enough. 1-0 delivery, and Vladimir Guerrero's got another base hit. And Vladdy gets his 4th hit of the series, his first one in this ball game, a 2-out single here in the 7th. A fly ball deep to left field, and the shortstop backing up makes the play. You have to practice those calls. Here's Luke Scott. Luke a single and an RBI in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. He's got a couple of RBIs in these 2 games now. Orioles have their 9th hit of the ball game, and he'll take it for a strike.
Yeah, a little changeup, little curveball, little sinker. And again, we told you about Paulie. I mean, one year he's in the minor leagues for the Red Sox. He's 14-4 at AAA. And he goes to the big leagues and gets a couple of starts. ERA of 11.68, and that's when the Orioles picked him up.
Fouled off the other way for the 0-2 count.
Type of guy that knows how to pitch, but again, because of guys with power arms, a lot of times they'll move by you, even though you can hang around if you get the right job. And maybe being one of those middlemen, occasional long man, will be his job, and he'll be able to do it. There's Chris Tillman looking on, hoping that the Orioles will be able to maintain this 2-run lead and get 6 more outs.
And that'll be taken away. Almost the exact same attendance as announced last night. 11,561. 11,485 last night. 2 great nights to be at the Yard. A couple of really interesting games. The ball game last night, of course, the 13-inning affair with the Orioles having to come back in extra innings to win it. Here's the 1-2. And he got him. So Paulie will get the strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We've completed 7. Orioles up by 2. Adam Jones, the big night, 3 hits, triple, 2 RBIs included. For Luke Scott, he has delivered with an RBI base hit and a run scored. And Chris Tillman, a run on 3 hits over 6 innings. Texting your vote A, B, or C to 518-62.
So Kochi comes on, came in and did give up an inherited runner last night. In fact, Olivo, who will be the first guy to the plate, hit a bouncer off the glove of Reynolds at third. Dive into his left, couldn't come up with it, so a run scored, then he would pitch a scoreless next inning. So there you go. The one number you like is right here, because they need base runners. He doesn't usually walk too many people, so they're going to have to earn it.
Miguel Olivo will lead it off. The cleanup batter is 0 for 3 in the game. Then it'll be Cust and Kennedy. And the first pitch is a strike. Koji has had problems with the home run ball as well. He has given up 3 in the 14 innings that he's worked. And the pitch outside for a ball for Jason Birkin. He worked the 7th inning, gave up a run on 3 hits. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Olivo hitting at 207, and he'll inside out that one back and foul.
Yeah, he looked bad on a splitter last night, and then he ended up getting the base hit, so he made a nice adjustment. And of course, Koji, again, he's got a slider, but very rarely throws it. It was something he used when he first came with the Orioles 3 years ago. That was part of his starting repertoire.
And got that one by him.
What's that little hop? That's when you know he's got his game. Gives you that little hop at the end. Watch this. Hop right there. And rides that ball right out of the strike zone. Perfect pitch.
Olivo retired, 1 down, 8th inning. Here's CUST, who's doubled, struck out, and walked. Pretty much a Jack CUST ball game. Get your walk, get your strikeout, and an extra base hit. Well, CUST will stand in with power. Uehara with 1 down here in the 8th, and Kennedy waiting on deck. And a big cut and a strike. Koji working quickly here in the 8th inning as CUST will step out to try it, slowing down a little bit. CUST 0 for 2 off Koji Uehara. 0-1 delivery, same cut, same result.
Boy, 91. You saw Jack, he almost swings when this ball is in the glove, even though he misses his target a little extra. Good running fastball.
And the 0-2 delivery, and CUST will take it, and he's gone. And a couple of passing comments to the home plate umpire.
Well, he told him in whatever language that the ball's low, and then it's not. Only guy that matters. Watch this arm come up. A little late. We got it going. Back-to-back strikeouts.
And Kennedy will start with a swinging strike on the foul ball. Kennedy has struck out, flied out, grounded out. 5th game in Koji's career against Seattle. He has worked 8 innings, given up 5 runs and 11 hits. High batting average of .333. And that will go to right field. And PA will have to play that on the hop, and that'll bring the potential tying run to the plate here in the 8th inning in Paguro. Follow the Orioles with the MLB.com At Bat 2011 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Scores, highlights, live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, and more. Text At Bat 31826 or go to Orioles.com for details. 7 hits in the game for Seattle. Paguro is 0 for 3. Fly ball, ground ball, strikeout.
But a powerful guy. Just missed a home run the last time up. 4 home runs in 25 games down at AAA Tacoma. So just try to stay out of the happy zone, and he did. Riding fastball up and away.
They are taking their cuts here this inning. Paguro had 90 minor league home runs in 545 games. And a big cut as he went upstairs on him.
Well, to me, I mean, this is such a contrast to some relievers. They want to nibble. Koji says, here, hit it. I'm going to ride it out of the zone, try to, he has been hurt a little bit on balls when he's gotten behind, but this is certainly not the case now. Ahead 0-2.
0-2 delivery, and that's to short. And a great catch made by Hardy. If anybody wondered why J.J. Hardy was acquired and why he is the starting shortstop as quickly as he could get off the DL, they need only have watched last night and tonight. Back to April 10, and you got to believe, it's going to take a moment for a player to get back into major league game shape. Not for Hardy.
Well, it did. The car ride from Bowie up to here.
That was it.
That was the moment. Well, I mean, and again, I saw him all spring. He had a fabulous spring, and then you realize that he's a gifted defensive shortstop. Much more range than I thought, better arm than I thought. Again, in fairness to him, you just don't get him see him. We saw him 3 games in Milwaukee a couple of years ago. He can play.
Sensational at short. Here's Adam Jones, and Jones shatters the bat. The barrel and the ball almost collide. Figgins not going to get him, and it is a 4 for 4. Credit Figgins with even making the play because the ball and bat were literally beside each other.
Yeah, he's going to watch this little splinter shot right here. Here comes the bat, and they're going to end up very much. He's worried about stepping on it. Somehow he doesn't. So I got to think they're going to give him a base hit. Not your routine play by a third baseman. Smoke keeps it from being maybe a errant throw.
And Adam Jones is 4 for 4 in the ball game. 4 singles. His average now just under 300 lifetime against his former team, Seattle. Olivo looking down to first. Jones will get back to the bag.
Every day,
a single, walked and grounded out.
Every day I said, how many hits can one guy get in a month? And he goes, 47.
There you go.
I said, well, Robbie Alomar, the first month in an Oriole uniform, he got 40. Second month, he got 39. That's a nice little start.
Wieters towards second base. Adam Kennedy going to try and do it again. There's one. Reload to first, and they got it. Third double play that they have pulled off in the ball game. For every Orioles walk this season, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield will contribute $50 to the Living Classroom Foundation. 108 walks, $5,400 so far. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Kevin Gregg in the bullpen, the closer. Two down, nobody on. Here is Hardy. He has single, popped out, and walked in the ball game. By the way, for Adam Jones, his first 4-hit ball game of the year. And the pitch is taken for a strike.
Well, Polly's not wasting a lot of time getting ready to pitch. Gives up hits, and then he always next pitch is a double play ball with that sinker.
Down to third and foul. I was wondering after the game last night, we had the blown saves. Each closer blew a save in the ball game for the teams. So our great crew went back and did a little research looking to see the last time it happened. Well, happens all the time. I didn't realize those number of blown saves by each closer in a game would have occurred as often as they have. You see, last night it happened. The last time, 4-6, it was Joaquin Soriano, Matt Thornton. And the last time in an O's game was in 08, George Sherrill and Matt Capps. And there were 4 blown saves in that particular ball game in June of 08. And a swing and a miss by Hardy. So hopefully Kevin Gregg is not going to add to that number. We go to the 9th. Orioles up. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. So the Orioles with a chance to take the first 2 games and set up a possible sweep if they can hang on to that lead here in the 9th inning.
Yeah, Kevin Gregg, again, you can see only the blown save last night, and then the one out to New York. Posada hit a game-tying home run, and there you are. A lot of base runners, but Captain Chaos has a tendency of doing that. Last night actually pitched well. Saunders hit a 2-strike pitch, dumped it into left field, and eventually Smoke would dump another one in front of PA, and that would tie it up.
And here we go. And trying to get on will be Brendan Ryan, the number 8 hitter.
Well, they're trying to get on for Ichiro, and Ichiro is in the hole, the 3rd hitter. Great numbers. I mean, he's 12 for 22 with a home run. That's over 500.
Ryan will take the pitch away. Ryan 0 for 4 off Kevin Gregg. Paulie worked 3 quality innings, giving up the 3 hits in relief.
Yeah, he kept his game in hand for him. There's a good slider.
1 and 2.
Yeah, you look at Brendan Ryan and you meet him and you understand. I mean, he's got long arms. I mean, here's your breaking ball. About as good as you can throw it. But he's a lean, strong guy. Just never been. I mean, you can see he missed that ball by a foot.
And Ryan will check his swing on that one. Koji O'Hara worked an inning. Had 2 strikeouts, gave up 1 hit. Burke in an inning, 1 run, 3 hits. Chris Tillman, the pitcher of record, a run on 3 hits over 6. Tillman trying to go 2 and 3. Felix Hernandez, Cy Young winner, 4 runs, 7 hits over 5. Right now on the losing side. Gregg inside and high to him, and the count goes full, 3 and 2. Saunders, who's already had a home run in the ball game, waiting on deck. 3 ball, 2-strike delivery. Down to 3rd and foul. And this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles.
You know, sitting around the press room with a table full of scouts, advanced scouts for different teams, and one thing they said, Kevin Gregg doesn't have a lot of clean innings. In other words, 1, 2, 3. Yep. It's just not the way he works.
Nope. As we've said, he's a closer who has people on base generally in order to wrap up a ball game, and over time there have been closers who pitch that way. He's given up 12 hits in 13 innings. You combine that with 8 walks, and he's got somebody on base most of the time in games he pitches in. Kevin has also given up just 1 home run in the 13 and got the call. Ryan was headed to first. Paul Schreiber rings him up.
Well, the backdoor slider, you throw it at the hip. And right here, there's the target. And it's a nice 3-4 inches inside. I mean, what is Brendan Ryan trying to do? Just a spinning slider. But again, part of the deal is look at the glove. I mean, he just presents it to him.
If you move it, it's a ball.
Yeah, and if you drag it back, it's a ball.
Yep. Here is Saunders. He's had a walk, a strikeout, and then in the 7th inning, he just rang one over to Utah. That came off Jason Birkin. 2 home runs in the year, both against the Orioles.
It was like a honeymooners. Jackie Gleason to the moon, Alice to the moon. That ball was hit so hard and high and deep.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Saunders and then Ichiro. And Gregg will get it into him. 1 and 2. Saunders 1 for 2 off Gregg.
You just throw a ball. You know, you got a split finger fastball. You would imagine he'd just try to throw this one out of the strike zone.
1-2 delivery, and got him. It came back in, and Saunders knew it.
Well, that's that backdoor slider. Or a little cutter. Again, look at the target of Matt Wieters. Right there.
Updating you on our voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. You can still text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. Results on the O's Extra post-game show. Here is Ichiro 2 for 4 in this ball game. Another multi-hit game. He's got a 14-game hit streak now against the Orioles. And Hardy's got it, and this game is over. The Orioles have taken the first 2 and have given themselves a chance at a sweep tomorrow. Tillman, the winner, 2-3. Felix Hernandez loses it. He is 4-3, and Greg gets the save.